Hi everyone, in this video I want to give you a compact map for moving your CustomGPT prototype into BoVerse. Since you already have CustomGPT prototypes, the goal is not to restart from zero, and the goal is to translate what you already built into BoVerse. Think of the process like this: your CustomGPT prototypes becomes a BoVerse workflow, and then that workflow can become a shared, embedded, or deployed application. So the mindset is prototype to workflow to deployable product. So prototype, workflow, and deployable product. Okay, so yeah, basically I was talking about here. Okay, uh, this slide shows the main mapping, and your custom GPT instructions or GPT behavior become BoVerse step instructions and workflow design. Your uploaded knowledge files become BoVerse knowledge library or step knowledge, and your actions or API calls become custom API tools, MCPs, or integrations. Your your long reasoning chain becomes atomic workflow steps, and your raw file question and answer every time become organized intermediate outputs or canonical tables. And your final GPT that becomes a deployed workflow or embedded app. The most important message is this that do not copy paste everything into one big BoVerse step. Instead, separate each custom GPT component and put it into the right BoVerse component to be trackable and basically debuggable. Okay, so custom GPT is very useful for prototyping. You can build fast, upload files, basically write instructions and test ideas quickly. But when the application becomes complex, everything can become mixed together. The instructions, knowledge base, reasoning, and output can all live inside one large assistant, and and that makes debugging harder because they are all together and they are not atomic in terms of small things that we can understand their interaction between each other and so on. So it also means the output may change between runs, BoVerse gives us more structure, and uh, the workflow is broken into smaller, clear steps. Libraries, tools, models, outputs are separated, and you can basically test each step independently, and you can produce structured immediate outputs, and finally you can deploy, share, embed, or automate the workflow. So migration is not copy paste, migration is translation. Yes. Okay, so a typical migration flow can be very simple. First, the workflow receives the input. The input could be a PDF, a CSV, user question, a form, a website link, or any data set. So, second, the workflow would actually identify what information is needed, and at this stage is basically you you do not need a perfect registry. You only need to know what information basically your product is trying to find. And thirdly, it's extract fields. The workflow extracts the useful fields. It organizes the output into a cleaner structure. It could be a table, JSON, bullet points, or even a report format. Um, Fifth is the validate completeness. The workflow validates whether it is complete or not. It checks whether important fields are missing or whether the output is good enough. The sixth step is the workflow generates the final response for the user, and the practical rule is to start with a rough structure. It does not need to be perfect in week one of migration. The goal is only to separate the product into visible parts. And yes. Okay, so it's the migration blueprint template. Uh, yeah, so the first item is the product name, and the second is to understand what your current custom GPT does. It should be only 3 to 5 sentences. It should not be very huge or too short. Um, the third is the input. Fourth, output. Uh, then fifth, knowledge files or datasets. And think about it whether you need your files or datasets throughout the whole system and whole steps, or you need them only in one step or in some steps. The sixth is important fields or information to um, extract, and 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 one point about step 5 is that you should think about it. What files does your custom GPT depend on? Uh, and as I said, think about it. Maybe you don't need some of the files in the next steps, and it can make more hallucination in the next steps. And yeah, I just wanted to also mention this. The sixth is the important fields or information to extract. And this one doesn't need to be a formal registry. It can just be a rough list of important information. Um, the seventh one is the output structure. That For example, a table, JSON, bullet list, or report. If you want to have output structured in each part of your process. The eighth one is workflow steps inside the BoVerse, as I introduced before in first video and also here. That's Try to break the custom GPT into a couple of steps, usually 4 to 8, but it's not. There is no strict rules. I mean, it depends on the complexity of your project and a lot of stuff. The ninth step is tools or APIs needed. In BoVerse, you have access to more than 250 um, tools, and you can use web search and a lot of stuff. You can also use code execution, website fetching, PDF processing, MCP tools, forms, emails, or spreadsheets. The 10th one is the biggest blocker, and the video request. So, uh, yeah, uh, I think that's it for now. And yeah, please let me know if you have uh, anything. Maybe I can also go to the yeah. I was forgetting this assignment. So for week 1, I ask you to submit 1 page assignment for me, and the reason for 1 page is to give me enough visibility to help you migrate. And if it gets too large, maybe I get a little bit confused on what exactly I should help you on. So the goal is not to finish the full BoVerse workflow, and it's not to migrate what you have built on custom GPT completely here. It's just give me enough visibility to help you with migration. The checklist is prototype name, short summary, inputs, outputs, knowledge files, uh, important fields, possible output structure, and possible workflow steps, tools needed, biggest blockers, and one short video request. And By the end of week 1, every of you should have a clear first map from custom GPT to BoVerse. And then in week 2, we will focus more on data, libraries, output structure, and workflow steps, and probably some of the tools. So again, the main message is simple. Do not restart from zero. Take your existing custom GPT, identify sparse, and translate those parts into BoVerse. And at the end, let me I'll just show you very fast. For example, this is one custom GPT, and you can configure name, description, instructions, and starters, knowledge here. For example, you can upload files here, and you can also assign tools, but it is a very starter package. If you go to BoVerse, you can see, for example, let me just go and go to workflows. Let me create a new workflow. Basically, I can actually, um, yeah, I can, mm, yeah, I just want to say test, and yes, I can go to test, and you can go actually build your AI workflow. You can here, let me make it here at your first step, AI model. And if I want, I can actually, the name is similar to the name there. AI model is similar to the AI model that we choose here. Let me show you where was the model. Um, there was somewhere that, yeah, it's the recommended model that we can choose which model here to use. You can also choose the model. Here BoVerse has a lot more models, and you can add some capabilities here. You can add a lot of tools and different stuff here. No MCP tools connected to this workflow because you have to add it. I would show you later. Instructions is similar to that instructions, um, and you can define the max tokens and the structured outputs. For example, what you expect to have in your output. Uh, and you can also define whether it is number, boolean, false true, array, object, or string. And also for the tools, you have to select your tools from here. Select tools to allow linking, and you have access to more than 250 tools. It's not available yet, but I think there is some issue, but it would be fixed very soon. And yeah, so basically BoVerse is very similar to CustomGPT, but it has way more tools and way more flexibility and atomicness in terms of you can make some workflows and add them together one after each other. So I think that's it for now. Let me see if I have to mention anything else here. Um, so yeah, don't forget to think about your blueprint. Don't forget to submit your assignment. I would create something on the Quarkus, and don't forget to mention your biggest blocker. What do you think blocks you for the next step? Because it gives me idea on what I should record for the next videos. And uh, and um, and your video request is also very important because as I mentioned here, one short video, that what you want me to record for the next steps. For example, you may tell me, please record a video on how to split my custom GPT into BoVerse steps, or please record a video on code execution, um, or anything. So it can be a one short, I don't know, 5 minute or even less video that you want me as a TA to record next for you. I think that's it. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep in touch. Thank you.